Hi, I'm Jake Deffinbaugh, and welcome to Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show, a podcast where me and my friends talk about nostalgic moments and pop culture from our childhoods. We interview people such as actors, producers, composers, puppeteers, and more. We'll be sharing our favorite memories, talk about behind-the-scenes moments, and so much more. I'm your host, Jake Deffinbaugh, and welcome to this Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show episode. Hi everyone, welcome to the 26th episode of Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show. I'm your host, Jake Deffinbaugh, and our co-hosts we have for today, Matt Bingel, Chris Bixby, Matthew Johnson, and Wyatt McCullough. How are you guys?
Amazing.
Great. Good to be back in interviews. I'm
excited to be here as well.
So.
I'm excited. Dinerific.
Yeah, and
this is the first episode with all five of us too.
Yes.
Come down.
Yes. We just
all four co-hosts.
Libby, just like Patrick. Let's go.
And Matt's
Let's go.
special appearance, Julius.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And speaking of Matt, it is his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is episode 1. It'll be Matt's birthday. So.
Yeah. 22. Thank you. 22.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You're welcome, Matt.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Anyway, so
Thank you.
there's some history that's going to happen for this episode. One is the second episode we have two guests, and one is the very first episode where we have not just a new guest, but a returning guest. One of them who is returning, who is our third episode guest,
He's back.
Yep, it was Kyle Nelson, and our new guest we have for today with him.
Let Matt introduce him. Matt, you take over. I know what's going to happen.
I'll just start the introduction. I'll just start the introductions again if you want me to. He's been on the podcast before, way back then, long before me. He's Kyle Nelson. Welcome back, Kyle.
Thank you.
And our new guest, for those who don't remember the VHS tape, Barney's Big Surprise, which was a big tour in the mid '90s.
Yeah,
you made the first national tour of Barney. You might not know who he is, but you'll definitely know what he did. Pat O'Connell, welcome. Pat.
Yeah,
happy to have you guys here.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. Glad to be with you guys today. and how's it feel to be back in the show, Kyle?
Yeah, what's it feel like to be back?
Yeah,
That's awesome. I love what you guys are doing. I'm bringing out a variety of different people that have been in the entertainment field, whether it's puppeteers, animation, producers, directors. I think what you're doing is great because it helps.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Bring to light a time of great shows, and definitely I look forward to all the podcasts that you have in the future and all the new guests and maybe old guests that you bring in. So keep up the great work.
Oh yeah.
And, I just want to bring this up because I don't know if you know about this.
Talk about me.
But somebody who you actually worked with besides Pat saw your episode, and that being Fred Holmes.
Oh
Yes.
Awesome.
Which he actually commented, which is very awesome.
He did.
So the first question just start off for you, Pat, is that how you got land as a Willis BJ for the tour?
Yeah, did you even know about Barney before it?
Yeah, I knew Barney before, and actually at the time I had two kids. Still have two kids. They were 2 and 3 at the time. Actually, I could show you a quick picture.
Oh yeah,
there's me.
There you are.
And there's my two
kids.
That's awesome.
So I knew who Barney was. I fell across it accidentally. A friend of mine, Mike Hagan, just visited me, and he said, "Hey, they're looking for a BJ body costume performer for a tour that's coming up. Would you be interested?" I'm like, "Sure," because at the time I was laid off at the Ford stamping plant. I had no prior acting experience to this, no dance experience to this. He gave me the contact number. I called him on a Monday, had plane tickets in my hand on a Wednesday, auditioned on a Friday. The following Monday, they said, "You're hired."
Wow.
Wow, that is very awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very awesome.
So they found me. I didn't find them, so to say.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, and it was a joy to meet all the people. I'm sure, like Kyle, And as they say, you become a big, large family, and we did.
I bet.
And we would have little breaks in between the time, and I was looking so forward to seeing my family on the road.
Yeah.
We celebrated birthdays together. We celebrated some anniversaries together with husbands would show up out of the blue of the mothers and that. It was really, really great.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
And so for Kyle, for those who didn't see the previous episode you were in with us, how did it all begin for you?
Kind of similar to what Pat was mentioning. I never had any previous acting background outside of taking a theater class in high school. My friend Jennifer Romano, who played the role of Baby Bop on that stage show tour, as well as Barney's musical Castle, she had told me about an opening for the role of BJ when I was attending a national Little People's Convention in Atlanta. And I was checking out of the hotel last day of convention, and it was one of those kind of moments where in conversation, she's like, hey, there's this opening. I would encourage you to try it out. And so I'm like, yeah, sounds great. And I knew of Barney, but I didn't really know in depth all the different characters. But similar to like what Pat was saying, 2 days after convention, got a phone call from the studios there at the time based in Las Colinas, and flew me down. Like another day or two later, auditioned and got the job at the audition.
Wow.
With two other guys that were from Canada. And,
Oh wow.
I
didn't know that.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah. They're both taller than me. They have hypoachondroplasia, I believe, similar to what Pat has. And when I was finished with our conversation with the producer and the choreographer and one of the costume techs, we walked out of the studio and to the hallway, and they're like, well, guys, Kyle here got the job. And so I kind of felt nervous, knowing I had received the job, but I didn't think that they would say it in front of the company of the other two that I auditioned with. So we drove back to the airport all together, and I was able to quickly get out of the taxi that we were in, and I got to a payphone and called my mom and told her about it, and she said, all right, let's do it.
That taxi ride must have been really awkward.
Yeah, it was a little awkward, but I think it's a part of the business.
And I think similar to Carrie, you started with the live shows, and then you ended up doing it for the TV series as well.
Yeah.
There's a lucky doc.
There's a certain. Speaking of Carrie, I want to bring this up. What was your reaction to seeing him jump in the suit in the episode Splish Splash in the pool? Because that's just funny.
Oh yes,
that was a pretty neat episode.
Because you were VJing that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, they used, I guess, like you could say, a stunt costume.
Yeah.
That was able to get wet.
Right.
Right.
And there was a trampoline next to that swimming pool, that little inflatable swimming pool, and Carrie managed to get his feet up over the lip of the inflatable swimming pool and got right in.
I would love to see it. It's on video.
Cool. Unfortunately, they were able to get him out quick, so the pool wasn't that deep, so he wasn't gonna drown.
Right.
That answered my question. That answered my question. Did Barney really get his belly button wet?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I believe Matt. I believe you have a question going back to the tour that these two could definitely answer.
I do.
I'm kind of
Actually.
curious about this as well.
So it was really interesting watching it back. I hadn't seen it in a while, but when the dinosaurs like Bob West and Julie Johnson, all of them, they did their lines. They pre-recorded them.
Yeah.
For all the music,
Yeah. My question is, were the kids' vocals pre-recorded too, or were they live?
They were live.
They were live.
Oh wow!
Even for the song.
Oh, wow.
Barry Pearl had a few opening lines, but when he went to the song, that was pre-recorded.
All right.
Oh wow! Like you could tell in Tinkerbutt's song is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
And a little funny side note, Barry used to complain he was on stage for so long. A crew member timed him once. He was on stage for 17 minutes. That was it. And he complained about that. It was too long for him. So it was kind of like an inside joke for us. We just kind of laughed at him like, we're on stage close to 78 minutes and you're complaining about 17
minutes.
Yeah. So any like fun experiences like on the road?
Yeah.
Like, during that tour?
Well,
Oh wow!
I could say, I'm just being able to go out and with the group of people that we worked with, being able to see historic sites.
Yep.
I remember being able to go out with the kids.
Yeah.
And when we were in Washington, D.C. and getting to go see all of the historical sites there, we got to take a tour of the White House at that time. And, definitely I'm being, then also going out to awesome restaurants and just going out dancing with everyone. I think that was kind of a big thing, is that we'd like to go out to clubs and dance. And
because you're old enough, aren't you?
Yeah.
There
you go. Just bring it up.
No, Kyle's right though. Yeah, we got to go. Like I said, we became a big family. I mean, when I recently had a podcast with Carrie Stinson, it was
Yes.
It felt like
that's an amazing podcast.
No time passed. It's just because him and I just clicked, and Kyle clicked, and that was another big thing because as I showed you that picture earlier, a lot of people, if they didn't fit in the groove, they didn't mesh. Bye. Yeah. And they found somebody. They found a replacement quite quickly. But like Kyle was saying, yes, our shift was like 5 to 9 o'clock, and then after 9 o'clock, we pretty much went out on the town. Our big day off was on let's see here, on Mondays. We had an entire day on Monday.
Oh wow!
Wow!
I didn't know that.
Yep, that was our. We traveled on Sunday nights, and we would arrive, and the crew would be setting up on a Monday, but the cast would get to go wherever they wanted on a Monday.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's awesome.
And I think too, the frequency of times that we would go out wasn't as much as, it wasn't like a nightly thing, because with the number of shows we were doing,
right.
And midweek, we pretty much spent a lot of our time in the hotel resting and just recuperating before the following show the next day.
Yeah. That's just awesome.
So, what were some of your favorite songs to perform on the tour?
Do you have a favorite song in particular that you performed on the tour? Because there's like
Raindrops and Gumdrops.
Yes.
Like that one.
Yes.
Oh yes.
That version and the birthday bash version are amazing.
Yes. Those are
and I would say I Love to Fly My Kite was another one.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And of course our song Happy Birthday to Me.
There you go.
That is probably my favorite song.
It's definitely one of the best.
I'm so forgetful. Yes.
That was like our solo.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I gotta bring this up. Something kind of crazy about that song. It was later reintroduced in a video, I believe. Barney's Best Marriage Year Invitation to Fun. It's the exact same instrumental. Okay, have a party.
Yeah, another really good video.
That's right.
The music producer Joe Phillips, he did a tremendous job in utilizing a lot of the musical instrumental and adapting it into other songs.
Yes.
I think he did a really good job.
He definitely made a lot of great songs, but to have that creative capability of adapting a new song with the same instrumental is pretty cool.
Yes.
Yes. What was it like being on the road with Carrie and Josh, by the way?
Oh, they're awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah. I mean, Josh, they're both the same as they are right now. That's the thing about Josh and Carrie.
Which
Josh was
were
Josh was always a goofy.
Yeah, we had Josh on.
Yeah, we had Josh on as one of the guests.
amazing.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get Carrie. We'd love to talk
Yes.
to him.
Yeah.
Maybe
Really?
he can help us out. I don't know.
Josh on
Yeah, I
second
think
episode.
Kyle's got some pull. Like, he kind of knows me.
I'll have to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, please
Nice.
do. I know DJ Bob was going to message it, talk to him.
Definitely. But yeah,
Shout out to you, JJ.
Josh and Carrie, even to this day, they spend time hanging out. They got their own podcast, the Mixtape
Yes.
podcast.
Yes, mixing
Yes.
lounge.
And
Yes.
How's it be for
Josh is-
both of you to be guests on Purple Roads?
oh yeah,
Mhm.
Josh is. He's a very talented,
He's very talented.
creative
Yep.
artist in terms
Mhm.
of voice talent, and he does his
Dragon
cover
Ball.
band for Rhyming and Stealing for Beastie Boys, which is amazing because
Yeah.
they're pretty spot on with mimicking the Beastie Boys and just their songs and their just stage presence. And I love watching their cover band Rhyming and Stealing. And I know he's got another cover, or not, I don't think it's a cover band per se, but like Happy Green, I forget the name of the band, Green Hands, but it's a cool, and working with Josh when we were on the tour, he was always creative.
Yeah.
And when we were in the Dino Pit doing little voiceovers and rapping like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Off the
Yeah.
line raps,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
just thinking about those times, and those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As, as, as he was saying, Kyle was saying that when they went to hospital visits,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Josh did the voice as Barney, and as
Oh,
Carrie
wow.
was dressed up.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yes, that's
That
how
is so
creative
cool.
Josh was. He could pick up things like instantly, and
Wow.
they'd never asked him to do it, but he just said, I want to do it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Magic.
I didn't know
That's
that either. That's
That's
amazing.
the Barney
I didn't know
magic.
that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that Barney magic.
Carrie talks
That's it.
about it a lot. It's Barney magic.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Carrie, when they would work together, Carrie did a lot of their photography, video
Yeah.
work,
Mhm.
and so I kind of going beyond the realm of just acting as Barney.
Yeah.
These experiences helped expand our perspective on the other things of which we could do,
Yeah.
and in terms of venturing in other kind of entertainment opportunities. So
Yeah.
seeing to what Josh and Carrie are doing now,
So,
it's pretty cool because.
Hey,
I
So Kyle,
think
did you know about Michelle McCarroll, what she did on the side too? She's the one that set up all the hospitals.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh
I
my
remember-
goodness.
I remember
Yeah.
her,
Wow.
her being
No,
involved in that. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
she set them up.
She set them
which is
all up.
awesome.
Wow.
Besides being Mother Goose.
Wow.
Just like I said,
Yeah.
everybody.
That
kept on
is
going.
amazing.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that was probably that experience, being able to go to the hospitals, was probably one of my
Oh,
most
Yeah.
humbling and gratifying experiences, just because I'm working with Michelle and David Voss, Carrie and
Yes.
Josh.
Yes, David
Yes.
Voss.
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity of like pushing a cart around that had a lot of those, and the film for the Polaroid camera, and
Yeah.
then seeing the children that Barney would visit, and the parents and their reaction, and it definitely would bring a lot of tears to your eye, in terms of seeing really what Barney was able to fulfill for a lot of people.
Certainly,
Yeah.
yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just the hospital
Absolutely.
visits, but I know you did some stuff for the Make-A-Wish stuff too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes, he
Yes.
did. Mhm.
Love Make-A-Wish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of like kid stuff like that now. Like
No.
Barney,
It's
there's
not,
no.
really not.
Yeah,
And
live
he's-
action has kind of. I don't see a lot of live action stuff anymore. A lot of things have turned to
Puppets.
animation, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
I mean,
Definitely
animation
gets
is
it.
great.
Good point, Sky. Good point.
Yeah.
Look out there.
I know.
And everything's on streaming now too.
Yeah, like Barney's on streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Barney is on streaming.
Yeah.
Yes,
Which I'm
is
glad
good.
at least of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I know Matthew had some big surprise question for Kyle and some other stuff.
Oh yeah, so I know one of the kids, Courtney, did not make it. I think she had to be she got too old, right, for the tour.
She got bigger. I know Pat could probably speak for that because Pat worked with her that first year. But she was able to do the production for when we were in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
she was able to fill in her role when we were in Mexico. So I was able to work with her and I could see to where they as production was looking to have children that were a particular height, and of course, as all children grow up, some grow up faster or taller than others, and I think that they were just kind of looking for someone to be depicted in a role that would be fitting for a child in the age of probably like 6 or 7.
For the target audience.
Yeah, for the target audience.
There you go. Well, it's funny. Kyle just nailed something because I did the audition for the studio, and I heard something I've never heard in my life.
Oh, wow.
Once I put the head on, they came back as, Pat, we like your work and everything, but you're just too tall. Because I towered over the kids, and just like Kyle said, they wanted to keep the kids looking small, short. You know.
I must have thought it was the '93 BJ. No, that's way
the original BJ. Yeah,
because the '93 one was way too tall.
Oh my god!
Respect to the guy who did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
The person, it was a lady.
Really? I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, Jenny Dempsey, I think, was her name.
Jenny Dempsey.
Was in the BJ suit back
She
then.
was the original Baby Bop, and then she became the original BJ.
Yeah,
that's right.
Knight also did Barney in concert.
And then they shortened them down a little bit.
Yeah. Think about the development
Little people took her job.
How tall it was to like later on.
In Baby Bop's case, they shortened her down a lot.
Yes.
He did.
Definitely.
Anyway, Matthew, I know there's another question for Kyle, by the way, that you had.
Well,
it was about a certain we'll wait till later. The chess story. The chess.
Oh yeah, there was a story
about this.
I've heard a story about you.
I've heard it too.
And Dwayne, Old King Cole, in chess.
What is the story behind this?
All right. Well, Dwayne Hambrick, who played Old King Cole and was one of the dancers.
Yeah.
He and David Voss would always play chess.
Yeah.
In between, they had that little chess set. I even have a picture of them playing.
Oh wow!
But we would do little pranks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, when I first started, there he is, right there.
There he is.
Wow, there he is.
Oh man!
So
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which I know Dwayne was actually a dancer for the Wiggles for just a little bit for the US.
That's right. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so when I first started,
I know Fernando. I know Fernando was there for a musical castle, and then he was dancing for the Wiggles, and then I know he was Yellow Wiggle for
Spanish Wiggles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Latin American.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway.
So when I first started, it was kind of routine for a lot of the newbies to kind of get pranks on, and so I had received the brunt of a lot of pranks at the beginning when I first started, but I had to start getting creative myself. And I remember towards the end of that first year, I remember watching Dwayne and David Voss play chess a lot. So I took the king piece to Dwayne's set, and when as Old King Cole is entering from the treehouse and going down the treehouse stairs, he would kind of start veering off, and I was right there towards the bottom, and so I had that piece in my hand.
Yeah.
So I remember rotating that piece over. And I'm like, who's the king now?
That is amazing.
That is awesome.
The audience couldn't hear me.
Oh, wait.
But Dwayne had to be very astute. And
yeah, because the audience could see his face, but they couldn't see yours.
Yeah.
And
I knew deep down he was trying to hold it in, not to laugh.
Yeah.
But afterwards, we got a good chuckle out of it, and I gave him his game piece back, and they were able to play chess again.
There you go.
But that was one of the, I guess, the fun things about tours. And just like Pat was saying, you're like a family, almost to the point that you're like brother, you're like siblings. And even though we're in close proximity to one another, we kind of get on each other's nerves, and doing pranks was kind of a common thing to help break the ice and get a laugh or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you get like a bucket full of water, and leaning against the hotel door, and you knock on the door, and they open up the door, and right in your hotel room.
That's right.
Or when they would take your clothes and they would hang them up on a ceiling.
What?
That's
They did
funny.
what?
That's funny.
Crazy.
What?
That's hysterical.
Yeah, they did that to me. Yeah.
Or even worse, not only hang your clothes, but then sew the pant legs so that your feet couldn't get through the pant.
Oh, that's
terrible.
Oh,
Those pranks are intense.
boy.
Or you order food and you put in Kyle Nelson's name.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I did that to him.
That's crazy.
So you and Lee knew how to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just do it over and over again, prank them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They get you get them back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. What's your guys' thoughts on the Barney and Friends series turning 30 this year?
Yeah.
Thanks. Woo.
You're welcome. That's fine.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Hopefully they see to that and just identifying the fact that we're 30 years old. That they're still a fan base, and hopefully that they'll bring it back in some.
It does need to come back.
I can tell you there's definitely
It does.
still a fan
You're right,
base.
guys.
Yeah. There's a documentary coming up.
Yes, that's right. Documentary coming out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I asked Kerry about that, and he's involved in it. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
That is
wow.
awesome.
That is so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
I kind of figured, because I mean, like why wouldn't you include like Carrie and something like that? I mean,
And we know
Carrie,
Ricky Carter's
Yeah.
involved in it. Bob West, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't forget about David Voss either. I hope they.
Oh yeah, David Voss is amazing.
David Voss.
Yes.
He was the first.
He was the first,
The
right.
OG
Very good.
Barney performer for the first, I believe, 6 videos.
Yeah,
I think,
the backyard gang ones.
I
Yeah.
think so.
I think it was the first 4.
Joyner.
I think
Something
I think
like
it
that.
was 6.
Because I know
think
I
it's
thought
6.
David Joyner did in concert.
He did. Yeah, he did like
Yeah,
those.
Barney.
He did the last 2. I think
Yeah, he did
David
the
Voss
last.
did everything like up
Until Barney in concert.
Yes.
Wow.
And he was actually the dance captain on our tour, also.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
He also played a duck in y'all's tour.
Yes. So many things.
Wasn't he
So
also
many
Clarence? Or was that somebody else?
Yes.
No, that was him too.
Yep.
Very good.
Me too.
He's a goose.
You're
He
right.
went from a duck to a goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck,
Yeah.
goose.
Duck.
Oh my gosh. You mean Doctor Strange?
Oh my
What?
gosh.
What?
Hey, keep him out of that.
Joke ruined.
But
He
no.
was also
That,
the
that joke made no sense.
No,
It's funny.
no,
I know,
no
I-
sense, but still
It's
ruined.
fine. It's fine.
Go ahead,
as
Kyle.
you mentioned, he was also the polar bear Barney's Colorful World.
Yes.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
But
right.
Yeah.
now that we brought that
right.
up, I do have to say that was the tour that I went to.
Yeah.
Was called
Yeah.
World.
And I did happen to see Birthday Bash.
It's so weird that not like a lot of Barney concert videos that doesn't release as DVD.
Like I
Yeah.
think Birthday Bash should have been one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Kind of
crazy.
strange.
After the Barney costume got changed. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. Did you two see the original design for that? The Barney costume
my
for Birthday
gosh.
Bash?
The
With
birthday
bow tie.
bash, the original birthday bash shoot is
Terrible.
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah,
It's interesting.
those are the only words I can use to describe it.
Luckily, it wasn't Carrie. It was Antoine.
Antoine Steele, yeah.
Mhm.
Antoine, he played a great Barney. He had a
Yes.
lot of good dance. and
I could tell
choreography.
from seeing it
Mhm.
personally.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one thing Dave Voss did, I think we did only for one show, is he went in as Professor Tinkerpot.
Wow.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Why did Barry not go on?
Because Barry wanted a rest, because 17 minutes is a long time, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. He's getting old at that point. Sorry.
He
You
could have
remember,
replaced him
too,
and nobody else would have known.
As kind of a precautionary measure, we practiced having to do the whole show each individually.
That's right.
So Pat had to do the show by himself, and I had to do the show by myself.
Because
And
Was it
managed
difficult?
to-
Boy.
managed to pull it
oh
off.
yeah, oh yeah. It was tiring. Because Kyle did it for me once because I wasn't feeling well, and he did the entire show, and I'll never forget it because I'm watching on the sidelines, and he does a spin at the very end of the show, and sweat is coming out of BJ's costume onto the audience.
That's how very hot it is inside. So
I'm laughing hysterically, and this lady next to me goes, "Oh yeah, it's cute, BJ." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. You're not paying attention, are you?"
oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah,
no,
that's
David Voss
crazy.
was also played the Winkster for Barney.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You forgot something. He played the sign, Jakey.
Yeah, he also played the sign
For Musical
Yeah.
Castle, yes, that's right. So Pat, I saw some stuff in your background, some Barney's big surprise memorabilia. I thought that stuff was very cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can show a bit of it. if you want.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Out of my
See, you
hand.
have a
Oh,
script,
there
too.
we go.
Oh yeah.
So this is the U.S. program. You guys maybe
Oh,
not
look at
wow.
that.
It is.
I knew about
yes.
that.
Wow.
I knew
So we
about
went-
the tour book.
see it. So we went to Mexico. This is their program.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So was
Wow.
doing this show in Spanish very hard?
Yes, it was extremely hard. And there are the actual two CDs.
I can
There's
imagine.
Act
Wow.
1
Oh,
and there's
wow.
Act 2.
Wow.
Did y'all have to?
Wow.
Did y'all have to listen to the Spanish version like a lot to get it down?
They just said, don't try to keep up to every syllable. Just kind of do every other syllable. Because in the beginning, we tried, and just all you saw was making no sense.
Yeah. Wow.
David Franks came in and filled in for some time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Kyle, you weren't around for that, were you? For the
For the-
Mexico
for-
tour?
No, I did the Mexico tour.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I have to tell these guys, which I'll never forget, we were in Monterey, and it was an
Yeah.
outside venue, and it was hot. I mean, it was
Yeah.
it was so
Oh,
hot
boy.
that
Oh,
a guy
man.
walked by with just shorts on, no t-shirt. He's dripping in sweat. And they said to us, don't push yourself. Just do the bare minimum. We don't want you guys collapsing on stage.
"Oh, dear."
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Oh man, yeah.
So how
I
did that show
remember-
go?
I remember when we were in Monterey and the smog was so heavy
That's right.
when we had first started there. And the last day before we left to go to Mexico City, it actually cleared up. And you could actually see that there was a mountain right in front of the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's right about that.
Wow.
Smog was so bad. The pollution was so bad.
Oh,
It was
wow.
crazy.
Wow.
But you always got to take something with you. So there's a new nuclear article
oh,
from
wow.
Mexico.
Oh, wow.
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 That's just amazing.
Looks like the season 1 set in the background. There.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna look like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Really cool.
That's really awesome.
Nice.
But it was crazy. Like Kyle said, every city we went to, the following was huge. We'd be going to some cities, and there'd be a mom and a daughter sit on front with a sign, we'll buy Barney tickets. And the tour manager would always see that, and he'd go out and just get on the bus, give her free tickets, and go, bye. Pretend. It just, what I mean by that is just it broke his heart because the following was so huge.
Yeah.
And when we first started the tour, we were in St. Louis, and a family got on there, and the young boy was in a wheelchair, and I started a conversation. They pretty much knew who I was, and I was short statured. And he goes, "Where are you guys from?" They're from Lincoln, Nebraska. Because we came all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska to see him in St. Louis. And I was kind of like, we are going to Lincoln, Nebraska eventually. They didn't know that. But that's how people travel from, cities just to see Barney. Yep.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So what was your favorite city to go to?
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
That's a good
Great
question.
question.
That's a good question. Matthew.
There's a very good one. I mean, I love New Orleans. I love Nashville. Oh my gosh. And then the UK, I mean, United Kingdom. So
That's right.
Oh my gosh,
That's right. They ended the tour in the UK. That's right.
Yeah, I was actually working at the back of my desk job at the time, and I begged and pleaded with my company, please let me do this. It's only 2 months. Please let me do it. And they let me go. So I'm so glad they did. Yeah. But
Kyle, what about you?
Yeah, Kyle, what about you?
That says there's so many choices. New York City is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
I'd say for myself, my favorite was probably Vancouver because
Oh yeah.
I like to snowboard, and when we were there, we got to go up to snowboard up at Whistler.
Oh my God.
And this is during springtime, and there's two ski resorts, Whistler and Blackcomb.
Yeah.
And Blackcomb has a glacier on the north side that is pretty much there almost year round, and so we were able to still snowboard and ski. And this is like, I want to say late March, maybe early April. And to me, that was probably one of the most exciting experiences, being able to do that while at the same time experience nice weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know you guys also came to Massachusetts, which is where I am. Yeah, I'm from there.
You also came to Arkansas, I believe, which is where I'm from.
You also came to Ohio.
Little Rock. Little Rock.
Yeah.
We performed
Ohio
in
as well.
I remember
You also came to Maryland's where we're at. Yep.
Yeah.
Same as me.
Good old Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Kyle, this is a question I'm kind of curious. What was it like working with Phyllis Cicero?
Yes.
Sorry, say that again.
What was it like working with Phyllis Cicero?
Who played Stella, the storyteller?
Yes.
I unfortunately I never worked with.
I thought you did Best of Barney.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Yes, I apologize. I take that back. She was on one. It was like a compilation video.
Yeah, Best of Barney.
And she was able to.
That's right.
I was able to work with her, and that was a lot of fun, just because a lot of the early
people
cast members. Yeah, I started in Series 700, so I was never able to work with the person that was the puppeteer for Scooter.
Yeah,
or
that sucks.
The Worm,
or
Phyllis prior to that. But yes, that one time, it was great to be able to do that video with her.
I bet.
It was kind of a brief, like I think 1 or 2 days of filming with her, but being able to have that opportunity was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very, very, very sad that she passed.
Yeah. She was an amazing person.
Yes.
And she always says toodles.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Kyle, do you have anything that you want to show from Big Surprise or?
Yeah.
Well, give me a moment and I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Of course, Kyle. So
I got a
I
little-
know the third episode that where we show him some stuff. I know one of the things he brought it was a BJ backpack.
It was a rip-off. It was like a rip-off BJ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
I saw that.
didn't he bring that on his Purple Tales episode
Yeah.
or something like that? Because I know
No,
one
he
of them
talked
had-
about it on his Purple Tales episode, but he didn't bring it. But he brought it on our episode.
I'm dying to
So
see
it was like a
Those are
knockoff
I've seen
one, I think. It was
Oh
a
yeah,
knock-
they brought the BJ doll. That's what they brought.
It was a
Oh, yeah,
knockoff
I
BJ
have
backpack that was
Purple
really
Tails.
well made.
Oh,
The BJ doll for Purple Tales.
Yes,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
which I also have. I also have a BJ doll.
I never
basically-
owned a BJ doll. I only owned a Barney doll that sang "I Love You." I don't know where it is. Probably
I
got
never
thrown
owned
away
any
or
of them.
I
donated,
I have those three little fellows.
My singing ones, I have like a few of those.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
Jakey has BJ over there. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then I also have I also have one of the rare things that I have is a old book from I think this is from '98. It's a
Nice.
Barney book.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember. I don't remember the video, the book name, but it was the Coming Over to Barney's House book I used to have.
Oh, which come up
I
to Barney's
have-
Barney's house style was a good video too.
This I have the Barney annual, which I got.
Go on.
Oh yeah, there's
Actually,
Twinkin
that-
on it.
Wyatt
Yeah,
did that
it's
video.
got Twinkin on it. It came from the UK.
Oh yeah, Matthew has something cool.
Can I freak
Yeah, I'm
you
kind
guys
of wondering
out?
why Twinkin wasn't part of Barney's Barney franchise.
Wait,
except the
What was
movie.
the question, Pat?
Wait, what'd you say, Pat?
We want to freak you guys out? I got something that I bet you Kyle doesn't even have anymore.
Wait, you gotta show us this.
Oh, wow.
Oh
we
my
go.
god!
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Whoa.
This is the
Matt, I know you're okay, but look at this.
this is the actual script to the play.
That's the script for the show.
Wow.
Right there. Right there. Yeah.
You're very
And
lucky.
one
Pat.
thing-
You're very lucky.
Put it away.
here he
Kyle's
is.
back. Put it away.
Mhm.
Ask Kyle about it. Kyle, do you still have that?
Probably not.
Yeah,
He's still muted.
Oh, you muted.
He's still setting up.
No, easy set up.
There you go.
I
Do you still have yours?
Uh-huh.
Oh
You do?
wow.
We do.
Oh,
Awesome.
wow.
I don't have it on hand, but I don't know if Pat has one of these, but
Uh,
we
You
We
can.
have-
Oh yeah, I've
oh,
seen
yeah.
pictures of those.
Hold on.
Oh,
yeah.
Give me a second.
He's gonna go get it.
Hey, he's gonna get them.
so we, on the
It's-
itinerary books, they have the list of all the people that we work with.
Oh, there you go.
Oh wow.
Matt, did
all
you
the
see that
different
script, by the way?
venues. This one was from the
no, I did
UK.
not. I did not actually.
So we
Oh, there it
started
is.
out in Aberdeen, Scotland.
Yep.
Wow.
Scotland, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Hey, Pat, I have a
That's pretty
request.
awesome.
Can you re-show the script? Because Matt didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to sit my first second. I didn't see it.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's fine,
This is
Matt.
awesome. Look at this, Matt.
There's the actual script.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
One question I
Yeah.
wanted to ask was,
Okay.
we've talked about, we have talked about this. The song "Listen to the Nighttime" was originally performed early.
Yeah.
In the tour.
Right.
Yeah, we had
Yes.
it for one time, and then after that, the audience they really almost fell asleep.
And then I heard it was dropped because it was
anymore.
not received well or something live or something.
Yeah,
Jake
because,
just-
because the
Jake
energy
just said
of
it.
the audience is just whoa. It's like they're about to like.
Yeah.
Jake knew the answer.
Mostly,
I
yeah.
mean, it is a full song, so
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
This is
Listen to
what-
Nighttime is such an amazing song.
Compared to
Is
a
it-
lot of the other songs, it's very like very slow and more peaceful. So I can.
I don't think it
Wow.
probably didn't fit well in the show. is
No.
why it wasn't received well.
It didn't fit.
With the high
That-
energy
that's-
Oh,
show.
yeah. That's a good video.
Yep.
Yes.
Good day, good night. One of
I
my
have so many Barney videos, but they're
I have
all like
Yeah,
many
so
on
that's a
locked
good
in
video
a
too, man.
box somewhere.
I have all my. These are not all. I have some over in the cab, over my closet over there. But these are the ones I could. All these over here that are scattered over here.
Wow.
All right.
Adventure Boss, Zoo.
We got a bunch of us too.
Oh yes, very well.
Scrapbook.
So
Oh,
many.
Adventure Bus is amazing. Scrapbook's also
Or-
good.
or
You
not-
get to see the season 4 set.
Scrapbook's really good too. Yeah.
Yes.
Halloween
So
Party,
many good videos.
Beach Party.
So many.
I got a couple pictures here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh wow, okay.
So
Pictures.
This is Ronald Lee Clark. He played Baby Bop.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Brent Love.
Wow.
Of course, he's an adult now, but he was one of the kids. He started the same year I started.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I believe this was taken during Brant's birthday, and we we went to a Discovery Zone, and
Oh
and
yeah.
of course,
Wow.
as adults, we turn into kids,
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
and as you can see in here, we're
I
in
mean-
the ball pit.
I mean, if I see a ball pit,
Another.
I mean, to be fair, Kyle, if I see a ball pit, I'm going in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Come on.
I
I
mean,
would
it's
too.
ball pits are
I would
fun for
too.
any ages.
It's like
any
if you see a
age.
ball pit at the store, you gotta buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, you see a ball pit and just like into the
Yep.
into the
dive
ball.
on in.
Dive on in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dive in.
Hey, Kyle, I have a question. What is with this knockoff BJ backpack, by the way?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, so you did.
Huh?
You did
You have that with
Knockout
you.
BJ backpack.
I do. I
What?
just have to. I would have to venture through. I
You don't
think I
have
put
You don't
it in
have
a
to,
box.
but I
We'll
remember that you
watch
showed
a
it on our
preview.
episode on the
Yeah,
on the episode that you came on. You showed the knockoff BJ backpack, and it was really well made too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, in Mexico, of course, the licensing and regulations allow people in Mexico to get away
That's right.
with a lot of
Mhm.
things in terms of selling Barney product. But
Yes.
at the right
Mhm.
outside of the venue, you have people selling knockoff Barney shirts and knockoff
Yep.
Barney
Mhm.
like backpacks, and I couldn't help but I wanted to get one.
Yeah.
And so I actually got a couple of them, and I think I have a knockoff BJ plush. And so yeah, those are good
That's
times.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
If the person who made those is watching this, you did a very good job making those.
If you're watching this podcast, congratulations.
Cool.
Yes.
Contact
Yeah,
us.
very good job. on that.
Yeah.
We'll put you on in the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
And,
No.
I know there's a whole cast photo too, and that you have actually, Todd.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned this earlier. The
Yeah.
cast photo.
You do
Yes.
have the cast photo. He was talking
Yeah.
about the cast photo you got.
Kyle, did you ever give a cast photo or never? Were you ever in one?
I do. I have. It's in one of my photo albums. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
in a
Good.
box.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they took that one, but I don't remember if we had another one with you in it.
Yeah, I remember I was up on the staircase.
Okay.
Treehouse.
Treehouse.
The
Wow.
second-
How big was that treehouse?
Yeah, how big was it? Because it looks kind
Oh,
of big
it's
over
pretty
here, but how
huge.
big was it in real
cool
life?
story about that treehouse. And this is something that I was able to get from watching the podcast that Carrie had done with Jake Berry and
Yeah.
Sloan Coleman. And
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
originally
Purple
that
House.
treehouse it was like a full-fledged like steel framed treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think that they had to over time make some alterations. They had to break it down into smaller pieces in order for it to be able to be pushed into venues that didn't have as access or wide openings as some of the venues, like large arenas that
And
Weird
like
format.
more mobile, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And the
Right.
following year, the first year I started, I believe the framing was made out of a lighter metal, which then allowed putting together and the breaking down much more
Mhm.
efficient and faster when we would do a load in or load out at a venue. So that was
That's
one of
awesome.
the things that I remember hearing from that story from Jake Berry, who he's a famous production manager. He owned his own company, Production Alliance.
Yeah.
A lot of tours for musicians like the Rolling Stones,
Stones, yep.
Yeah.
U2,
Yes.
Janet Jackson.
Yep.
And you-
All the big ones.
Barney
Mhm.
meets rock and roll.
But very
Yeah, I
good.
think I was
Look at
the
this guy. Matthew's doing his homework. Good job.
Pretty much.
That's the first time that anybody's ever
And
said that.
just like Kyle
Yeah.
said, we were treated like rock stars because it was crazy.
Yeah.
Because we I don't know if Kyle was around, but we bumped into Sesame Street live,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
they had their own. They Wow. I mean, they had to
Nice.
find their
That's
own
so cool.
hotel rooms, and they were 6 people in each hotel room. And
Yeah.
they were nothing like Kyle had his own room. I had my own room. Everybody had their own room. And they did it. One guy was doing Big Bird for 25 years. And that's how they did it every year. You think they would have a bigger budget, but they didn't.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's crazy, Kyle, that you're part of the Purple Tales episode with Patty Words.
Yeah,
Which
Patty's
that's
amazing.
Very one of cool episodes on Purple Tales. Which
Yeah.
that's another
Yeah,
cool
she-
podcast too.
Yeah,
She's an
Yes.
amazing
but
lady.
Purple is
I'm
better.
definitely, I loved working with
Yeah,
her
so many
and
episodes,
just
I think.
being able to kind of collaborate ideas and
Yeah.
You have to be in
just like
sync.
for when Pat and I
Good.
were on the tour, and of course the whole show for us was recorded, but
Yep.
you pick on those little nuances. And one thing that I really enjoyed and helped me understand the premise of showing body language in a character was watching Pat. Pat,
Oh,
Pat,
Oh.
you definitely
Aw.
you were my mentor in terms of
thanks, Kyle.
bringing up
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
energy
And then he sold my gig.
And-
Yeah.
and seeing how you kind of,
That's funny.
this is a Pat moment. I gotta praise Pat for helping lead that example for me in terms of really bringing out a character. And
Yeah.
and the one thing I remember is just the little gestures, the little vocal how can I say, just nothing really scripted, but something that Patty would emulate within a vocal recording.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I remember Pat would pick up all those little voiceovers, and that would be exemplified in his body language. And so that was something that I had to really kind of work to, because when I first started, like I told you before, and I never done any theater work before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
being in a costume, you really don't understand that you have to really exude so much more energy in order to make the
The way you're
character, the
thinking.
costume look alive.
Right.
And you might think you're inside a costume and you're doing all that you can, but you have to really take it up a notch. And Pat definitely was that person that helped me see to what I was needing to do, alongside just his building that character. And then when I was able to work with Patty Words on
Yeah.
the TV
For
production,
the TV show.
that was something that I always would try and gravitate to, is just every time we would do a take and through a rehearsal, I would try and feed in just the little mannerisms, little things that she would play off,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Nice, Kyle.
She's awesome. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can get her on in the
Yes.
future.
It was like Sloan
Yeah.
said. Sloan called me. She was our tour manager, and she said, "When you get on stage, you got to remember, so the person in the last seat can see your body movements. It's
Yeah.
not so much the mouth; it's your body. You got to bring
General.
the 7-year-old to life. Dino.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Patty's amazing for what she does.
It's so crazy
Yes.
that Bob West, Patty Words, and Julie Johnson,
and they
like-
still talk.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And they can still do the voices really
Yeah,
well.
they
it's
do.
crazy they
Galaxy
still do the
Yeah.
voices live on Barney Live in New York City, which that is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
how the voices
that
were
was-
live.
Yes.
And y'all got to perform at Radio City, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Yes, we
they
did.
did.
Yeah,
I know
'cause-
you're-
'cause you're-
How was that?
Yeah. I feel that experience for you guys is really incredible, especially the capacity of every single show.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had one show that was 10,600. I'll never forget it.
What?
Wow.
And when we heard that roar, it was just
Wow.
like everybody just stopped in the backstage, like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane." Yeah.
Carrie would know about that. Yeah, the mall tour.
Especially where, especially
Mall
where,
tour.
Yes, the mall tours.
Yes, mall tours.
Monsters
Yes.
were cool.
yes, especially where
Yes.
Carrie was mentioning on his own episode of Purple Tales, where he mentioned how many people was there for JC Penney
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
10,000
It was-
to
it was
25,000
yeah,
people in New York
it was-
City.
Yeah, I
Which-
think there was
That's just
there was
mind
one
blown.
story. Yeah, there was
That's
one
just-
story I remember. I
mind
think
blown.
it was mentioned before. I forget where, but I think it was expected to be like 600. I think they were expecting like 6,000 people. I think it was. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Jeff
Wow,
Ayers,
that's
he
crazy.
believe
Don't
he
know
once called it the
how
Barney and
amazing
Baby
and
Pop
magic
show.
Barney was. It's so
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Especially where, you know how great the Barney Magic was. Especially where I know there's
still
sing along
around,
shows
isn't
that
it?
Carrie was doing that there was no lights. It was just a simple like stage. And then when Barney was there, the audience is just going crazy. That's how amazing Barney is. To
Yep.
Exactly.
lots of
So,
people
Jake,
around the world.
have you ever seen this? I'll put a light on it.
What is this?
So maybe you can see it this way.
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh my gosh!
in 1997, can you read it?
Yeah, I see it. Barney's family.
Family show tour
Wow.
of the year.
Right.
Tour of the year.
That is
Wow.
We beat out
That's
David
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say, Pat?
We beat out David Copperfield because he was on tour at the same time.
Wow.
Wow.
How
my
big it
That is
really was.
really cool.
That's amazing.
That's
Whoa.
amazing.
That's
Ah,
amazing.
awesome.
That is wow.
So, so what are the two of you doing now? Like,
Yeah, what are you up to now?
Oh,
you know, what are you both up to now?
Yeah.
well, I just switched jobs. I was
Yeah.
working with helping transport for the last 3 years. The school system transport students with autism to private schools from our county
That's
all the way to like Maryland or to
Oh my gosh.
far west suburbs. So
That's so awesome.
yeah, I knew nothing about autism, but now I know quite a bit now
Yeah.
after 3 years. So now I joined a company called Wegmans. It's more on the East Coast in the seafood department with no prior experience, but I'm really enjoying myself.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That is so awesome.
Mm.
And
What about you,
for you,
Kyle?
I'm a
Yeah.
special ed school teacher.
Oh.
I help students
Oh, wow.
in preschool, and I've also been assigned not long ago. I help students in high school.
Oh wow.
That's very
Nice.
cool.
Wow.
Providing both-
That is
both bookends
amazing.
of the education system, and it's been a great experience, and I love working with students with special needs and seeing all the things that they can accomplish and
Mhm.
just their way of learning. It's
Yeah, I
awesome.
bet.
Oh,
That's
just so
awesome.
awesome. Yes.
That's awesome. So, this is another question for both of you. What advice would you give people who want to get into body performing?
Mhm.
Don't be claustrophobic.
Great advice.
That was a big thing because I don't know if Kyle knew this. They went through like people in Hollywood for
Oh, wow.
for the roles of BJ, but once they put that head on, you can't see anything. I don't know if you guys are aware of this because we have a little monitor that's right there.
Oh, yeah.
So even though we were at Radio City, all we saw was the edge of the stage. We couldn't even see
Yes.
out in the audience at all.
Wow.
But I don't know how Kyle got to see the Foo Fighters. I'm still wondering to this day how he's able to see through his mouth at one of the shows. But I would say I was at that time. I was 29 years old. I was probably in the best shape of my life. It's very tiring work. How I learned to dance, I watched Fred Astaire when I was younger all the time, and embarrassing. In my 20s, I went to dance clubs all the time, and I would watch other people dance, and I kind of picked off from what they were doing.
Yeah, Miss
Because-
Penny is also.
Because
Yes.
I always loved to dance, but when David Voss called me the rubber band man, I was like, wow, I didn't think I was that good of a dancer. Because yeah, you're a really great dancer. But I think that's where you got to be in shape. I mean, I think Kerry told me he was a cross country.
Yeah, I was about to say
yes.
Carrie was a cross country runner.
Yeah. So it's
I think
high
he has a lot of
endurance.
energy for
Yeah.
doing that off.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What do you got, Kyle?
I would say the same thing. If you love to dance and you have a love for entertainment and then especially in the field of children's entertainment, and understanding just the development of a child and how to emulate a character that would be appealing to them, and was definitely a fun experience. And I think being able to work with diverse people, being on a tour, and definitely takes away family time, and having the dedication and willingness to go out and tour with people that aren't necessarily a part of your family, but they become family. And that was one thing for myself growing up in the Midwest and going to high school in Fargo, North Dakota. I got to experience and see a lot that I would never really have experienced living where I did. But having those experiences really opened my mind and perspective to different cultures, just different demographics, and how life is in different cities. And that was definitely something that was beneficial to me. Especially now working as a school teacher, you get to understand that people have different family lifestyles, different experiences, and when you have the ability to empathize and identify where they're coming from, and supporting them in the best way you can with the things that they experience in their lives, and having had that experience of going out and venturing around and seeing the world, I think has helped me have a new perspective on where we all come from, and that and in essence, we're all pretty much the same. We just have different life experiences. But I think just like Pat said too, being on the tour and working in the costume, I was in the best shape of my life, and I really, I'd kind of fear what that experience would be like now. But I think I too would say it will definitely put you in shape. And I think a couple of you had brought up the name Penny Wilson, Miss Penny. She is a foundational cornerstone of Barney, and what Barney represented, everything that she did in terms of teaching us the dance moves, and just really exemplifying the idea of believing in yourself, believing in Barney, believing in just things beyond your beyond what you think you can do. And she was very keen on bringing the best out of everyone, and approaching everyone in a way that was inspiring and motivating, because we all wanted to do our best and perform our best for Miss Penny, because she had such a love for theater and such a love for the character of Barney that's just really who she represents. And I think that having been around her before she had passed away from cancer,
rest in peace.
I definitely cherish all those memories, and she still lives in me. She's
and all of us.
Yes.
It's funny that Kyle just brought that up, because I didn't realize it till now. So when I turned this over, I had notes on the back from Miss Penny of how I should be dancing.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's amazing.
And she wrote a letter to my parents, and I was 19 at the time.
That is so awesome.
And as any parents with a 19-year-old out on a tour and not having the constant contact that you'd as a parent would want, she was our surrogate parent, and she wrote letters to the parents that weren't there in attendance. And
Aw.
That's
I
just amazing.
definitely will cherish
That
that.
is
That's awesome.
incredible.
Yeah.
Cherish that forever.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, another thing I wanted to briefly ask you is if you guys were given the opportunity, would you go back and do
The
like
show
more
or the
stuff for
tour?
Barney?
Well,
I would. Yeah.
oh yeah, I
Make
mean,
them on. They're making a documentary. Bring it back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's funny
Yeah.
because
Bring them there.
well, it's
Yeah.
funny because I got the letter. I got the pink slip as they call it so long ago. After thank you for 499 great shows, we're going to give you over to our special operations department. And I heard nothing from that.
Wow.
It was over.
Oh.
But I had a fantastic two years. Fantastic. I mean, my mom actually tried to talk me out of it because,
Yeah.
as I showed you guys earlier, my two babies here, they actually went on tour with me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we had to hire a
so cool.
nanny, and we did one of the nanny was actually one of the aunts, aunt of one of the child performers. It just
Oh,
worked
wow.
out. It just worked out because we were first hiring rent a nanny every city we went to. And we go, no, we can't do this anymore. So Coco was her name, and she watched our kids while we did the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Mm.
What about you? What about you, Kyle? Do you think you'd go back and do it again if you were given the opportunity?
Yeah, I definitely would have to start working out. in order to,
Bring
just
back.
get my cardiovascular up to speed. And
Yeah.
of course, as with age, your metabolism breaks down, and it's hard to kind of keep that younger
Keep that up
self.
so you can
Yeah.
do that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I would do it in a heartbeat.
Awesome.
I know
Yes.
Kerry definitely would as he got back into it. I don't know how long ago.
Oh yeah,
it
it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
We did
Yeah.
like an event or something like
It was a
that.
few years ago.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So, do you have any words to say to
People support.
fans of you guys, like to the Barney fans?
Mhm.
Oh wow! Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for being there. I think Kyle said something. You guys said it earlier. You know, the energy because there's some cities like when we went to LA, we had 3
Yeah.
shows and we were like exhausted. But when you see these kids out in front of you and they're dancing, you just dig inside and say,
Yes.
you know, this is for the kids. This is for the followers of the show.
Yeah.
Keep pushing yourself. So thank you. I guess that's the biggest word. I thank you for being there for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyle?
You're welcome. You're welcome, Pat.
Yeah, likewise with what Pat says. Thank you so much for being such a tremendous support. I'm getting to speak with you guys and
Yeah,
And
we're fans
people
of the
throughout
show.
the years.
We are.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's still airing in other countries as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, South America is a big supporter of Barney.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know that. Didn't know at all.
And over in the Philippines, Malaysia,
Mhm.
I think Barney still has a strong fan base, which is great because I think
Yes,
that
it is.
and if you can share the message of love anywhere around the world, that's
Mhm.
most important,
Yes.
especially
No matter where you are,
Yeah.
Barney loves you.
these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping, in the US we'll get some new stuff. I know Mattel over the years has been trying to bring it back in some way, but
there was
hopefully we'll
supposed
see
to be
something soon.
A new Barney movie, but I think I got canceled or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to mention that having fans speak out like yourself, Jake, and your show,
Yeah.
and reminiscing about what
Good
Barney
times.
represents to you, and having the opportunity to reflect on those experiences, and it's great. And I think that the bigger premise to having these conversations is to discuss really what Barney represents, and just
Which is
that's-
love.
Which is
Yep.
which is
Yes,
awesome.
Love.
and that everyone is,
Yep.
and that everyone is special.
Yeah.
He loves everyone,
Yeah.
no matter what
There you
they
go.
are.
There you
Yep.
go. Special.
Yes.
You guys are
Which
special.
His or her own
happy.
way.
Which I'm happy that he is a character that just brings everyone, no matter what you are. Like he's just
We need him back in the US, so
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
who
we do.
knows?
Yeah, we do. Even
Maybe
in
this
reruns.
documentary will resurface it. You never know.
Yeah, the documentary is having
Yeah.
Bob West is even involved in that. Same with Ricky Carter.
So,
Back to our
yeah.
game.
I mean,
It'll probably reintroduce a bunch of people to
You'll probably
Barney, that's for
spark
sure.
some interest
Bring back
in
Riff.
Barney.
Yeah, Riff. Yeah.
It may re-spark some interest in Mattel to do something with Barney after that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hopefully.
And Adam Brown is amazing as well as Riff. And he did it in
Yes.
season 4 and then so on.
So I wanted to ask, like, if people want to contact either of you, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram. I don't know my handle. I think it's.
Well, we'll get it from last
Yeah,
time.
well, we'll include all that in the
Yeah.
description too.
We'll go back to the previous description.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What about for you, Pat?
Same way again. Jake found me on Instagram. So, same way.
Yes.
Mhm.
This is a question we started asking in episode 21, actually. I think, right, Chris?
Or 21 or 22, but
Chris, go ahead and ask it because I feel like.
all right. So what is something that's nostalgic to both of you? It could be like
the podcast
this
is
is-
a nostalgia show.
it could be like something from your childhoods, or what you guys' definitions of nostalgia is, or
Oh, wow.
Stumped them.
we put them on the spot.
Yeah, you did. You did
Yeah.
on the spot there. I don't know. I'm going to show my age. I mean, these things called Matchbox cars, and I guess that's my.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have a bunch of those.
Matchbox.
Or I
I
used to
have
wake
some.
before cable. I used to wake up really early on Saturday mornings, start watching cartoons from 7 a.m. to 12 o'clock. So I watched started with the Speed Buggy, and I wrapped it up with Soul Train. So Soul Train was in Chicago. As you see in the back here, Chicago all around me.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's nostalgia for me.
What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, what about you, Kyle?
I was an '80s kid, and I know
My
that
parents were.
I lived in Illinois, north of Chicago and Lake Zurich. But growing up, we had the WGN network, and I remember watching Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember growing up watching He-Man, G.I. Joe. I liked shows like Pinwheel.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else I watched. Of course, Sesame Street.
Sesame Street's amazing. It's still going to this day.
Mr. Rogers, probably.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
I
Rogers.
remember
Mr.
watching.
Rogers, probably.
Oh yeah.
There was
That
a
was
show. I don't know how long it lasted. It was called Today's Special, and that was something I enjoyed watching.
Never heard of it.
Interesting. I have
Yeah.
Very
Nope,
That
never
was
heard of
very
it.
interesting.
It was based in a shopping mall. And
Wow.
Oh wow.
and
Oh wow,
the
that's,
character- there was
that's cool actually.
there was a puppet character that was a mouse, and then there was a puppet character that I think he was like the janitorial staff of the shopping center, and then there was a mannequin that came to life. That when he put a hat on his head, he'd come to life, and then there
Oh, it's like
Frosty the
Frosty.
Snowman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
thinking
oh, yeah,
Frosty
It's like
too.
Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Really big.
What a coincidence you say that, Jake.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to put this out. It'd be crazy if you came back in April because of the 30th anniversary of the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe have Carry on if we get him. Like, Kyle,
Yeah, I
we-
mean, maybe
we
have like
Adam on.
the Dino performers, like
That would be
like you guys and Carrie, Jeff
Fred
Faye.
Holmes.
That definitely would be
Fred Holmes
something.
would be awesome
Adam-
to have you all in the same
Adam
interview.
Brown.
We talk about
That'd be
Carrie dancing
so
in the
awesome.
sand.
All
There you
right,
go.
see what we can do.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I agree.
Well, the both of you, thank you so
Thank you
much
so
Yes.
much
Yes,
for
thank you so much.
coming back,
And also,
Kyle.
agreeing.
I forgot to
mention-
For Kyle
It's
for
been
coming
an
back
honor.
on, and
Yes.
Pat for agreeing to come
Yes.
on. It's been an absolute blast.
It's been an absolute blast.
It's been an honor.
Also, it's kind of funny that I forgot to mention, but I know speaking of talking about Frosty the Snowman, I know Barney. I know there's a Barney song of Frosty the Snowman, which I know is
Yeah,
It
on the
was in
Christmas song.
the
That's
Dana
very
Park
cool.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank-
yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for both of you to be on, and you returning, Kyle, and you being here
Keep
with
up the
us.
good work.
But you guys did a great job of what you've done in general for Barney, and I hope you can do stuff
And
for
you're-
Barney ever again in the future. You never know. And keep up
You're
your
worth it.
Keep up your yes, Wyatt, yes. Keep up your great work of what you're doing right now. Both of you, doing you as a teacher and and for help kids with autism and everything. And I can't wait and same as all of us, can't wait what you guys will do in the future and new chapter after Barney. So
Thank you, Jake.
yes,
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jake.
and you are worth it, which is
Thank you, guys.
yes.
Barney
Yes,
has
and
the
yes,
love
thank you.
message. I have you are worth it.
Yes, and
Yes.
thank you to everyone
Wyatt.
for watching. Today's
keep supporting
episode.
The podcast.
Yes, it's very fun, and can't wait what
New
you guys
episodes coming in
seeing more
March or
episodes in the
whenever.
future. Yeah, can't wait what you guys see for more episodes down the line, and we'll see about doing more Barney episodes in the future for the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, and you
Anyways,
are definitely worth it.
Just stay tuned till April.
Mhm. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Yep.
for watching. Thank you so much for the support, and same as for all
You
of
are
us,
worth
all
it.
of you. Barney loves you no matter what.
You are worth it.
You love me.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, all of us, thank you so much for watching, and see y'all next time for another episode. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
You are worth
See
it.
you guys.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you next time on another episode of Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show. Be sure to follow us on social media and stream us wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Bye bye.